Yeah, I'm showing you right now the National Post on June 2nd, 2009. And you'll see, just where my left index finger is, the words, the West is left out again. This is an article by Kevin Libin in the National Post. And it points to the obvious fact that bailing out Ontario and Quebec is always what matters in Ottawa. And even if it's Mr. Harper, whose face you can see here, looking more and more with a long nose, or any other Eastern Liberal, it makes no difference, because Ontario must be satisfied. And this article points out some significant facts. You and I, of course, if we don't pay our tax, we'll go to jail. These people will give the tax dollars that you give to them to keep Windsor looking good. Now, I want to comment on this article because it asks a significant question. It points to the fact that even if Ontario's estimates of 85,000 jobs at risk in a GM failure are accurate, that many jobs have disappeared in British Columbia over the past year in the forest industry. This is from Mark Milke, Director of Research at the Frontier Centre for Public Policy and the University of Calgary, political scientist. It's really an issue of balance, says Mike Piercy, Dean of the University of Alberta School of Business. When you look at the forest industry, between an appreciating dollar, collapse of housing prices or starts in the United States, the dependency of so many single industry forestry communities in British Columbia, one wonders why it has not got the same focus. Well, come on, Dean Piercy and Mr. Milke, be honest. You know why it doesn't have the same focus? Be honest. It's because Ontario has 1/3 of the seats in the House of Commons, and Quebec makes up 60% when you put them all together. So why do you think it hasn't got the same focus? It's simply because politically Western Canada doesn't matter. And Mr. Harper, the political opportunist who manipulated his way onto Sussex Drive, knows full well that he's got to do what he's done best. Look at the picture, folks. There he is with this sober face as if he really cares, and beside him is this somber-looking Dalton McGuinty playing the sympathy card for Ontario, Ontario of all places. And you know, it's really amazing. Premier Ed Stelmach, this famous I'm a Canadian type of guy, says he complained in January, and I quote, "Support for the auto industry is huge, but supporting the economy of Alberta seems not to have the same interest." And he says, "We're not looking for handouts, just equitable support." Like as if we all have to be beggars in Western Canada. We don't need to be beggars in Western Canada. Western Canada would have all the resources it needs. Everything it needs. We wouldn't have to beg. Government wouldn't need to tax us at the rate they do, because they wouldn't have to bail out bankrupt industries. Western Canada can thrive. These people know this. You see, they're not telling you the whole truth. They sort of hint at it. And then they ask this stupid question. One wonders why it's not got the same focus. Come on. Be truthful. Come out and be a bit radical. You know, tell the truth about Canada being an economic, political, moral failure in the world, and tell the truth that Western Canada could be free and prosperous and a great light in the world for individual liberty, a great light for economic prosperity. If you want to help the world, make Western Canada prosperous and free, and show the world how a great free nation can become peacefully a credit to the world, a light in the darkness. You know, my friends, Western Canada has come to the point in history where the failure of Canada is obvious, and these people who are academics and they always play the middle game, they've got to be more forthright and tell everybody the truth about the situation, and let's get real and let's free the West.